Hey again, Dixie here, just checking in post immunity. So, we were successful, as you all can see. In fact, we came in first place, which was crazy because I don't know, I definitely thought that there would be a team that got a little bit luckier than we did. But I think ultimately we were very measured as a tribe in our thinking about whether or not we wanted to continue on after the first two rounds. We crunched some numbers, considered some odds, and decided that we could probably beat at least two teams with a score of 183,500. So that was really good news to see that we were right. In second place, this kind of surprised me actually that Limgrave won immunity just because I feel like their amount was pretty mediocre, pretty average with respect to what the average deal or no deal deal is, so to speak. And just knowing some of the players on this tribe, I'm surprised that Zero and Zag and Conquer didn't push more to see if they could get a better deal. But it worked for them. So congrats to them. Super excited to see that Evie is safe. It's also interesting because with Limgrave and Liurnia safe, Vivian and I are officially the only two winners that are not vulnerable this round. Yeah, so interestingly enough, if we're just kind of looking at the tribes here, second row is Kalid, I believe is their name. Yep, Kalid. And so I'm kind of unsure of what will happen here. I think that Aerith, Ochet, Spyro, Steve are probably going to be safe. I think that personality conflicts aside, I think that Carrie will probably also be safe just based on socializing. I haven't seen a lot of Sindel around, which is really not a huge indictment on how her game is going because I feel like the people that are active in the main chat are generally kind of annoying. So I don't know. It's like Sindel might be very social and fine within her own tribe and just not super loud and obnoxious in the side of grace or whatever it's called. Kind of same with Sly. But I do think that based on this tribe, I would think that Sindel and Sly might be in danger. I think I would enjoy seeing somebody else go potentially, just because I don't know in terms of a working relationship if I can work with Carrie or even Silly. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Ochet was the first victim of the loudspeaker or whatever, which was kind of interesting. I can just imagine her letting that get to her. So hopefully she's not spiraling too much. I've seen some of her status updates though, so maybe she's just playing it up, which I think wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, it's funny because I know she tends to get paranoid and overthink every little detail. So we'll see how that develops. I'm sure it's probably somebody trying to do exactly that. So I'll be interested to know who called Ochet out. Then with Altus Plateau, the other tribe that is going to tribal council, They all seem to be generally around. I don't know much about Geralt's. I think that Donkey Kong has a kind of chaotic act first, ask questions later kind of personality. I don't know that he's very good with information. I seem to recall that he moved pretty quickly trying to create alliances in season 3, so I don't know if that may have been something that carried over to season 5. And I guess, what is this, season 8 technically? I don't know how much he's learned from his previous experiences, but he very well may have gotten himself in trouble already, if history is any indicator. I feel as though Urbosa and Sailor Ironmouse, I think there's a pre-existing kind of familiarity there. I don't know if I would call it a friendship, but I definitely see those two potentially working together for the time being. Daisy really wants this, so I think she'll probably be active enough to avoid the chop. Drybone's not really sure how he's playing at this season. Cade 6 also seems really eager. I unfortunately don't know that he's as strong of a player as Daisy to be able to avoid a target in this crew, but we'll see. Guess all of that is to say that my money would probably be on DK being the boot. I think that would probably be my best guess. So I guess we'll just have to see. But yes, I am immune and I will not be going anywhere. So that is fantastic news. I hope that we can keep this trend alive, especially now that we've gotten the random challenge out of the way. Let's see here. What else? So we've got our twist, our kind of idol / loot hunt, or whatever you want to call it. I don't really understand the invaders twist all that much. Initially I read it to mean that if you did acquire one of the steals, that you would vote in place of that person at their tribal council. But Laura read it differently, and I think that it may be correct, that it's actually just you steal that vote and you can bank it and use it later on. One thing that I want to do is kind of just watch folks initially to get a gauge on maybe how much posting can be done before you lock yourself out of the prizes. The idol being quasi-public at the very least makes it a little less powerful. I think in a perfect world, I would want to go for the loot, but Doomslayer seems to kind of have picked that lane in terms of sort of the little trio that I've developed with him and Celestia. I think he kind of has monopolized on that little hunting journey. So I don't know. I don't know if it would be wise to shift gears. We'll just have to see. That's kind of all I wanted to do right now, but I do plan to do another cast assessment later. So yeah, that'll probably come after tonight's live challenge. So there will have been some developments, but lastly, I just want to kind of go here and admire my little profile picture because I think it's so cute. So yeah, very good. Love the bangs. Love the bangs in the Ariana ponytail. Dixiana Grande. Yes. Oh, and yeah, I'm definitely 27, not a day older. I'm a 1998 baby for sure. All right. Anyway, Dixie out. Thanks for listening.